What is going on, everybody? We are back from the dead for another episode of Back from the Dead. That sounded a lot better in my head. But anyways, I am the Brett Man. This is Brad over here. And, of course, we got Destiny. And we are here to bring you some May anniversaries and April news for the horror community. And there are some pretty good topics we're here to discuss. And wait, did I say May?
You said May.
Did I say May, Destiny?
Yeah.
Because guess what?
Guess what? It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hey, come on. You know I gotta throw a good pun out there when I see fit.
Oh,
So-
that's probably one of my favorite memes to see during May time. It's
Hey.
gonna be May.
See, there you go. So it all works perfectly. So I'm gonna be quiet for a minute. So Brad and Destiny, how are you all doing today?
I'm doing well. Pretty jacked. Excited. How are you?
I'm great. I'm a little tired, but I'm up and ready.
There we
Yeah.
go. See, even she's back from the dead. So we are. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about it because there's some good topics we're here to discuss. So let's go ahead and get to the news. Destiny, what do you want to talk about first? Because I know there's one you definitely want to talk about.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe we can go ahead and start with the collected news just because I'm sure people have heard it by now. So just kind of briefly discuss on it.
Okay. So
It's
let's go ahead and
in-
break Chris Snyder's heart real quick.
Yeah, sorry, Chris. I'm sorry to myself because I want to see more Josh Stewart, but it's currently in development hell. And
Mhm.
that's not to say that we won't see the collected ever again or we'll never see another collected movie, but like for now it's put on pause. Nothing's been filmed since 2019. Producers aren't getting back to the director and the writer, so it's kind of just sitting there, which it's really unfortunate. I kind of feel, not like I'm speaking out of turn for this, but I just recently watched the collector movies like last month or so, and I really enjoyed both of them. I guess I love them. I mean, they're kind of new to me, but I really did love them, and I was pretty excited to see this because I know people have been excited for a while. And it's not that I wasn't excited; it's just I hadn't seen the other two, so I didn't want to be like, "Oh my god, yes, can't wait!" But I finally watched them, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm really excited for this third one." And then it's like almost like a week later, that's when the news came out, and I was like,
Ouch.
"Yeah," I was like, "What a terrible time to really get into this franchise." But yeah, we're not going to see one probably for a while, which really sucks because
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see how it was going to play out, especially from the collected, that ending. It had a great ending, and it was a
Mhm.
cliffhanger ending, and it's kind of just stuck there now. So I'm pretty
Yeah,
excited.
it was a unique ending too, just because that Arkin actually got to win by kidnapping the main bad guy, and I thought that's a very unique way to end a horror
Mhm.
movie.
You know what he did? He collected the collector. That's exactly what he did. That's what
Got
happened.
his ass.
Oh God.
Yeah.
He did. He smushed his damn hand like what happened to him in the first one. And I was like, fuck yeah. Because Chris had told me before, he's like, it ends on a cliffhanger, but not in the way the first one kind of ends on a cliffhanger.
Mhm.
It wasn't, because the collector got collected, like Brad said.
Absolutely,
But
he did.
I love that ending. It's so great. He starts walking in, music stops. I was like, oh shit. Because at first I was like, is this the collector? Like, where are we right now? Like, what's going on? But then as soon as you kind of see him come back and you see the way he's walking, I'm like, oh shit. And just to
Mhm.
have him, like, what did he say? He's like, oh, I'm not going to kill you. That would be too easy. And
Yeah.
he's like, I'm going to make you feel everything I felt. And then I'm going to kill you. I was like, this is hot. I love this. Yes. And I just want to see what happens after.
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
can't do such a cliffhanger like that. It's just be and not just be like in hell, like in movie hell, pretty much. That's kind of like what I would call it. But yeah, I was kind of disappointed. Even from the article, according to Movie Web, which in the description down below, I'll list all the places we got our articles for the topics today. so you know where we are reading from. It said that they had a teaser like with 8 days worth of footage, so they could have actually released kind of like a teaser to us. But their problems were that they needed like color, timing, music rights, and VFX. So that was what was holding back of in the producer of it. Just like they took everything, so like they just couldn't do a damn thing with it, and it's such a damn shame because the way they did it was so wrong.
Yeah, it's very annoying, and I still think maybe at some point maybe we'll see what they were working on eventually. Maybe, who knows? We'll see with enough fan backlash and whatnot. Surely somebody will pick it up. You would think, but I'm still waiting on somebody to pick up that damn Trimmers TV show from years back. That hasn't happened yet. So it's very annoying whenever they freaking actually go into production on something and it doesn't happen. So 8 days of shooting for a movie like this is a pretty decent amount into the production, I would say. Like they probably shot a good portion of what they wanted to.
Yeah, because like what Lee was saying, he said 8 days. That's probably like at least maybe a fourth of your movie already shot. And I didn't really think about that. I was like, 8 days, that doesn't seem that long. But when you do think about it, most movies they film for like a month and a half. Like that's a good chunk that they spent on this. And like they were saying in interviews, they're saying, just because it's been 2 years, but things change, trends change. You're going to see something from like the photos that were released, which is also annoying because photos were just released.
Yeah.
And then like weeks later, it's like, oh, never mind. Don't even get your hopes up. Like, you might not even see it. But they're talking about like hairstyles change. Everything changes. So if this was to happen now, they would probably have to go back and just start from the beginning, which really sucks. That's a lot of time and money put into this already, and it's just sitting there.
Yeah. It's terrible. But do you know who I feel like should take advantage of this opportunity? I believe Shudder should.
Shudder?
Be cool if they could get it. Yeah.
Yeah, Shudder or Netflix. I don't think Netflix will think it's like worth the time and effort, but I think for something by like Shudder, if they can buy the rights to it and then like actually put a lot of time into the movie, if it becomes a hit, that could do wonders for Shudder.
Yeah, and that's what else is annoying is they don't have the rights. Like, who was it? Marcus, Dunstan, Patrick, Melton. They don't have the rights to their own stuff, and so it's not like they can be like, oh well, we don't really need you. We can go make it somewhere else. They can't because they don't have it to themselves, which is another because like. If it wasn't for that, it would still be like a big deal, but it wouldn't be as big of a deal because they would find someone else to help produce it. That's really all they would have to do. But until they have the rights back, they can't do anything. Which is all. It's just like if you're not going to do anything with it, you're just canceling it pretty much. Why? Like, why does it really matter to you? Like, what else? What else do you have planned? Do you have something else planned? Do you?
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah. I mean, it's It's annoying for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just want to see more Josh Stewart, damn it.
I know Destiny, like I know I know, like I can't I have no comment towards that, but no, I will say he's a good actor.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, fine. He's hot. You broke me.
Gotta wear you down, man.
Absolutely. But yeah, Chris, if you're watching, we're sorry, bud. We're thinking about you because I know you've been waiting for like 10 years for this third movie. So we're hoping that somebody will buy the rights to it and then we can actually have that conclusion and to add another good horror trilogy to the mix.
Most definitely.
Oh yeah, they can really, if they nail this third one once it fucking is made, this could be a great trilogy because those first two, they're great. Even the second one, the first time, which I've only seen it twice, the first time I was like, oh, this is kind of like, something about it was like a little bit weird, and I think it's just like their approach to it. But then I find myself wanting to go back and rewatch the second one more, even though I prefer the first one. Because like most people say, the second one, it's more fun. It's not as anxiety-inducing as the first one. The second one did not make me sweat nearly as bad as the first one did.
Yeah,
So-
because she messaged me going, I was like, I can't take it anymore.
Literally,
Is
does
Josh going to
Larkin
be
die?
okay? Yes, is Larkin going to be okay? I'm like,
During
are
the
you
first
sure?
one.
Yeah, it's like, are you sure? And you're like, shut the fuck up, just tell me.
Just tell me, I need to know. And then I was like, what about the second one? Does he live in the second one? Not even done with the first one. I was like, I just have to know because my heart cannot take this. But yeah,
Oh gosh, imagine when the third one does come out, and then nobody can tell you.
I know. Then what am I gonna do? I'm
I
gonna be a
don't
freaking
know.
sweaty, nervous wreck. That's fine. But
Oh, man.
until that day comes, I'm not gonna get my freaking hopes up.
Mhm.
So, as of now, rip to the collected. Hopefully,
R.I.P.
we'll see you at some point.
At least at this point, the collector has still been collected.
Yep, he is still collected,
He's
and
not-
Josh is still winning, baby.
Exactly.
He's got it. Yes.
Oh man, before Brad starts any more awful puns, because that's my job, Brad.
It's not a pun. It's a fact, Bert. It's true. He got collected. Now he's a part of the collection.
I'm just not going to deal with your crap today.
Maybe
Nah, I'm just kidding.
maybe it's a good thing because when they brought your boy Danny Trejo back to Three from Hell, like it didn't turn out very well for him. So like maybe that would have happened to Josh Stewart as well.
Oh my god, I would
Could you-
walk out of that theater. Yeah, I would be probably not as mad as if they kill Sydney off in Scream 5, but I would be up there. I'd be like,
don't you
don't
talk
put
that
him
hate.
through all that shit just to kill him off. You don't do that. I want to see him
Absolutely.
really kicked. Because even in the collected, no wait. Oh wait, yeah. Wait, what's the second one called?
Collection.
The collection.
Oh my god. I kind of, yeah, I think I said collected earlier, so oops. It's kind of hard to.
There's a lot of collects.
Yeah,
going
There's a
on.
lot
Yeah.
of
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
But I really loved in the collection, not at the very end, but when he is like beating his ass,
Mhm.
he's like, "Don't you die yet? I'm not finished with you." I was like, "Oh my god, I want to see more of that. I wanted to see him really just beat the fuck out of him."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope for him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I hope for, and I hope someday again that we can recollect on this conversation.
There you go.
You know what they
There
what they
you
need to
go.
do is intertwine this with the Scream franchise and then call me collected.
That's a
Ooh.
good
Call me
one.
collect. Call me collect. Call me
Call
collect.
and collect.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
It's a
transition.
collect call.
Oh
Sorry.
There
my
you go.
gosh, a collect call. But I think, speaking of Saul, I think that is a great transition to the next topic. Saul 10, which Spiral has. This is why I don't get it. Spiral hasn't even come out yet. You don't know the box office numbers. You don't know what people are gonna like take this well or receive it well.
Mhm.
So why in the hell are you wasting your time trying to make a 10th one? Or like just like to develop it, write a story for it. Unless if they did it before Spiral, but I
Mhm.
think that's very unlikely. So I want to hear your all's thoughts about that, just because I don't agree with this strategy.
I don't have an issue with it. And I mean, I think it's awesome. I think Saw, I'm so excited to see it come back. I would love to see another string of Saw movies coming out. They used to come out every year, my friend,
Mhm.
my friends. And it was awesome when
Yeah.
it happened. It was fantastic. Every October it would come out. And the reason they're doing this, Bert, is because it's an extremely profitable franchise. Even Jigsaw, when it came out, it was, let's see, I got it over here. Jigsaw came out in 2017. It wasn't the most popular thing in the world, but the budget was 10 million and it made over 100 million. So like,
Oh,
I
shit.
mean, it's every movie they made was extremely profitable. That's why,
Mhm.
and they know this is going to be the same. They don't cost anything to make, and people go see them. Even still, Jigsaw, the freaking one that came out after all the other ones, way down the road, people went and saw it,
Mhm.
and I think they expect that to be the same. They may not get the same numbers with Spiral just because of COVID and stuff, but by the time the next one
Mhm.
comes out, they can expect to have those full box office numbers back. I think.
Yeah, and wasn't it that the Saw franchise was like the first $1 billion franchise in the horror genre? Like, I thought I heard that somewhere. But it's
I
one
could
of the
see
first
that.
ones.
Because they have 9. Well, this is the 9th movie, so that's up there with Halloween, Friday 13th, and all that.
Yeah,
And it's in the same category, but there's a much more recent franchise, so of course they're going to be racking in the stacks there for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Inflation.
Destiny, what are your thoughts about this whole Saw 10 news?
Yeah, it was kind of weird to see it's in development, like you said, without Spiral coming out, without knowing how the movies are going to be received. And like Brad said, yeah, COVID will probably hurt the profit a little bit. Like, it's probably not going to make as much money as it could make without COVID. But it does make me wonder, are we going to get a Saw movie every year now? I think it would be kind of cool because I was a little bit younger when the Saw movies came out, so I wasn't going to the theater, every year like most people were. I wasn't like, oh my god, I can't wait to see Saw 7 in theaters. Like, I wasn't like that. But this could be one of those opportunities to where if they are doing it every year again, that would be cool to do for people who missed out on it, like that first fucking 8 years of it, just consecutively. But yeah, I thought it was a little weird at first to see it, but like Brad was saying, this is like a franchise that they know they're gonna make money. Especially, it's like, oh, why are they doing another Halloween movie? Well, why do you think people are gonna go see it? Like, it doesn't really matter what kind of Halloween movie it is. Does it really matter if it's good or bad? Like, people are still gonna go see it because it's Halloween,
right?
And I think that's gonna be the same thing for all these Saw movies that are going to come out. People are going to go see it just because of the name attached to it.
Right. Just kind of like Black Christmas 2019 did.
Yeah. You're going to go see it because of that title. And, whether it's good or not, we will see. And it also doesn't surprise me just because of how Saw is. I mean, we've seen the movies. They have the fucking attention to detail. They can start off at, you're in the 6th movie and all of a sudden you're going back to the first one. You're in the 7th one and you're seeing the ending to the first one. So I think it's going to be something like that, to where they are just getting the story ready just in case it does keep pushing new movies to keep everything, cohesive.
Yeah, cohesive.
Definitely. I think, and like you were just saying, the way it all kind of works together, like you remember in the original run of Saw movies, like they would start building things up for like part 7 and part 5 and like just little things to kind of look out for. I think I did jump the gun a little bit on its box office numbers, the Jigsaw movie, by the way. I saw there's a couple different websites, like when you Google it, it said 100 million, but on like Rotten Tomatoes, it says 38 million, which is probably more accurate, but it's still highly profitable.
Can we not have a sci-fi just like they all agree with each other on the numbers
I know.
here?
I thought 100 was probably a little high, but it's still definitely profitable.
Numbers, yeah. I feel like you can't trust any website for movie numbers because they could.
No.
Well, the fucking producers could be like, "Oh yeah, it only costs like $1 to make, but don't worry, we did make $1 million." It's like, well, you never really know. It's like you can't really trust anyone with the movie numbers. But I feel like it definitely made its money back, no matter what. And like, I wasn't the biggest fan of Jigsaw. But, that doesn't stop anyone from going to see it just because it's not a Saw movie.
Absolutely.
So, you're always going to get those fans to come back.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm excited about it too because I think that tells me they have somewhat of confidence in the story that they put together for Spiral. And that it has somewhere to go, which to me is exciting. The last one, Jigsaw, the way it ended and everything, like it didn't really excite me going forward. So if they did a sequel to that, I wouldn't have really cared. But now that maybe they actually have a really good plan, and I'm excited to see what they have.
I am too. I'm ready for Spiral. I know, whenever I did the trailer reaction, I was kind of like really excited, but also kind of nervous. And that's kind of how I'll probably always feel about the Saw movies. Because Saw isn't necessarily my franchise. I've seen them all, and I watched a lot of them like within like a couple of days. Because for a while they were all on Netflix, and I was like, I'm gonna watch all of them just to make sure I've seen all of them. So it's never been like super up there on my like franchise list, but I'm excited to be able to see new ones. Like I said, I never got that opportunity as a kid. No one was gonna take my 6-year-old ass to go fucking see Saw in the movie theaters. But now I'm 22 and I can do that myself. So.
Yeah. And I think that is unique with like the movie coming out every year and have something to look forward to every year. And just to bring that feeling back, especially with you, Destiny, I think that is a positive for this like brand new like Saw movies. And speaking of movies, what about a TV series?
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
The TV series.
Yeah, because that's the next news topic. From what I saw, as this recording of April the 24th, I saw this on April 23rd. that they are, according to Bloody and Disgusting, they are in the there's works of American Psycho and a Saw TV series. They said that the American Psycho one for Kevin Beck's that is in development. Like that is like right now going to happen. But the Saw TV series, that's just in conversation. There's like nothing to like verifying that it is going to happen right now. It's just like in the talk process. But I actually think both of them are. I've never seen American Psycho, but I can see that being a good TV series. But I can easily see Saw becoming a really good TV series. So, what are your all's thoughts about that? Destiny, we'll start with you.
I agree. I don't think there's really a better franchise than a Saw, like a horror franchise in Saw, just because Saw is already kind of soap opera-y. It's really dramatic, and it's like you're in 4, but now you're in 7, and it all goes back, like Brad was saying, it sets up this for future movies. And I think having a TV series, you have a long running, maybe like hour episodes, and you have like 10 of those. I think that Saw would be the perfect franchise to make into a TV series. And we had the Scream TV series, and now they're making the Chucky TV series, and I think it's pretty cool to see horror franchises or even just movies having their own series. I'm really interested in it. I'm not the biggest series person. My brain cannot handle that, like watching the same kind of like story over and over again. So I've never been super into like binging new TV series, but I think Saw would be the perfect candidate to make that. And American Psycho, I haven't seen American Psycho, so I don't know too much about it, but I know it follows like Patrick Bateman or whatever. So I think that would make a good TV series, just because you're not so much. It's not like a slasher. It's like, oh, kill everyone. You're following him and his like psychosis, and you're watching him go through his life, if he is a killer or not. So I think that'd also be really interesting to see it drag out as much as possible.
Yeah, and I've never seen American Psycho either, even though it's really, really high on my watch list, because I heard it's an absolute great movie, and I'm looking forward to it. Brad, have you seen American Psycho?
I have. First off, as far as the Saw series goes, I think you guys nailed it. I think it's actually a perfect series. It's a perfect movie to make into a series, because the original run very much feels like a TV show. It just feels like longer episode TV shows, as opposed to where like Friday the 13th back in the day, it was more each movie was kind of its own little isolated story. Like sure, there's a couple things that ran together, but like Saw, when it came out, it was like one continuous. Like everything's intertwined with each other. You really can't have one without the other ones. You can't just go in and watch Saw 5 and know what's going on. Like it's like it requires the other stuff going on with it. So I think that is perfect, and I think they could really do a lot with that, and that kind of excites me. But as far as the American Psycho stuff, yeah, I've seen the movie. I really enjoy it. I think it would make it for an interesting TV show. I think you could really slow down the getting to know the Patrick Bateman thing. Like it would kind of be like, it would be comparable to probably like Hannibal and even Bates Motel, just get a little bit more backstory into the killer's mind. And I think that could really work, because his character, I don't know who you would cast as Patrick Bateman. It'd be cool if Christian Bale came back and did it. That would be pretty awesome. But if you didn't do that, you would have to find somebody that could still give you that performance that we got in the American Psycho movie in order to be interesting, which I'm sure they could find somebody to do that. And I think that would be great. I think you could just take some time to really dig into his mind and see all kinds of crazy shit go on. I think it'd be really cool.
And maybe some
Square
more
could be the Hip to Be Square could be the theme song for the show.
That's all I have stuck in my head right now, just because we got it wrong whenever I did the fucking trivia. So
I did
now
too.
I just keep remembering Hip to Be Square, and I will never forget it again.
I won't either.
I need to listen to that, because I didn't even know what y'all were talking about when the question was asked. So I need to listen to that just to see what the fuss is about, and then I'll punish myself later for listening to it. It'll get stuck in my head.
Stuck, yeah. Hopefully, with either TV series, hopefully it's good. Just because I was kind of a fan of the Scream TV series. I didn't watch the 3rd season, and I really don't remember too much from either season that I did watch. But they try to do something different, and they try to switch up some stuff, and it was kind of like, well, I don't know if that's like the best call to do it, just because it's supposed to be Scream, and you have a different killer, and you have this like almost like a legend kind of going on in the town. So hopefully, if they do these 2 series, that it sticks to like the original formula of each movie and like each franchise, and hopefully they aren't just doing it like, oh, this is going to be called American Psycho, but then it's like it's nothing like American Psycho. Hopefully they stick true to the story and just extend it. And
and call it like or it could be like called like the mind of an American Psycho, or just like maybe like I'm not the best with names, but just to throw it out
How
there.
about
But
Psycho in America?
There you go.
The old classic reverse.
There you go.
Reverse.
Or it's called American Psycho. You could just call it The American Psycho, just because how we have it now, where they just take off the and we just have our movies. So
there you go. You just have to add it to it. Yeah. And as much as I love Mila Kunis, hopefully, she was in American Psycho too. Again, I haven't seen it, but I've watched videos about how just awful it is, and how like it pretty much just shits on the first American Psycho, because it has her kill off Patrick Bateman in the fucking opening. Like,
what? Damn.
Because I think like he killed her mom or something. I don't know. And she's just there and just killed him, and it was like, tee-hee, I did that. And so,
Oh, kind of like without like developing it up more. If it kind of like if she earned it, is that kind of like what it is?
As a kid, just killed this, prolific serial killer. It's like it was nothing, and so I love her to death, but like, which to be fair, American Psycho wasn't even supposed to be American Psycho. It was supposed to be a different movie, and they're like, what if we make this American Psycho 2 and just like have her kill him off? And that's what they did. So
God,
hopefully it's nothing like that. That would just be, a terrible idea.
Yeah, very bad idea. But I hope for the best for both of the TV series, because I'm interested. It makes me want to watch American Psycho more. So I'll add it way even higher to the watch list.
Yeah,
definitely check that out.
So what do y'all want to talk about next?
How about Army of the Dead?
All right,
Coming
we
out
could do
next
some
month.
Army of the Dead. Directed by our boy Zack Snyder, Brad. That did the whole Snyder cut with the whole Justice League. So perfect timing for this particular movie to come out on Netflix, which I believe is May 21st.
Yep.
I think the perfect time, because you're again hot off the press of the Snyder cut, and people are praising him, loving him, and want him to restore the Snyderverse. So excellent marketing strategy for this movie.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the story is kind of cool too. Obviously, Dave Bautista is going to be in this thing. So with the trailer recently came out, Dave Bautista is going to be in this. He's going to be the leading role. It's a pretty good cast overall, I think. And it looks like there's a group of mercenaries that's going to be going to Las Vegas during a zombie outbreak to freaking pull off a heist. So, I mean, I think that sounds pretty cool. I mean, that's what it looks like the plot's going to be. And I think that's neat with the way I haven't seen the trailer. I know Bert's seen the trailer. I need to watch it. I'm sorry. But but it looks, from the description of it, it sounds like it's pretty sweet. And it sounds like the overall feel of it is going to be similar to Mad Max is what they described it to. So just kind of chaotic.
You're spot on with that. Like, I got like a whole fight. Like, they're after like a big vault full of money. And then it's like during the whole big like zombie outbreak, and these are like, and they are not only fast zombies, but they're intelligent zombies too. So I'm interested because I've never really seen an intelligent zombie before. So that'd be something unique. Destiny, any thoughts about our Army of the Dead? Is that in?
I'm excited for it. Zombie movies aren't necessarily like my forte. I never really get super excited for a zombie movie, because usually, they're pretty repetitious. It's, there's an outbreak and they're attacking. But I like that they are adding a whole nother plot to it, because it's not just going to be, zombies everywhere after them. They have, pretty much a to-do list, what they need to get done, and they just have to. I feel like that's going to be the main plot. Them trying to, break in, get the money, and then the
Mhm.
zombies are just going to be like a subplot, just kind of like holding them back. So I haven't watched the trailer. Also, I'm with Brad right there. Need to, but I'm excited for it, and I don't really get excited with zombies. Like they're just never been super crazy, but the fact that they're adding something else to the story, that's pretty interesting. And it seems like it'll be more action packed. It's not just going to be like people hiding out, hoping they don't get eaten. I'm sure there's going to be like a lot of, like Brad was saying, a lot of chaos. There's going to be a lot going on. So that's what I'm excited for.
And the story makes sense too. I mean, I could totally see a group of people going to Vegas during the apocalypse and getting some cash. I mean, why not? Absolutely. And it's kind of cool. Absolutely. And I like the idea of that, man. I think that's going to be really cool. I may not even watch the trailer at this point. I may just go in kind of blind and see what I can get out of it.
I was actually just getting ready to bring that up. Like, I will actually, honestly, I kind of wish I didn't watch the trailer. I just did, so we can discuss today. So I'm glad you both haven't. Go in with a like not knowing. And even though I will throw in one thing, there is a zombie tiger.
A zombie tiger?
Is it Mike Tyson's?
I was saying, it fucking reminds me of The Hangover.
Don't go in there. There's a jungle cat in Las Vegas.
That a zombie tiger. Yeah, I think I might just skip out on the trailer just because, it's not too far away. So it's not much of a wait. And I mean,
yeah, 20 days as this video is released.
Yeah, so I'll probably just wait. But a zombie tiger, you got me interested. But all I can think of is The Hangover now.
They hate cinnamon. They love pepper, but they hate cinnamon.
Love pepper.
I hate cinnamon.
They're taking a little tiger snooze. Oh, don't get me started, because I'll start singing that song. So
I did see in this little article here that the trailer did reveal a nice little remix of The Gambler by Kenny Rogers, which sounds like a pretty cool little mix and a good tone. Just overall, just that gives me an idea of the tone that they're going for. So I think that might be kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited about it.
That's great. That is great. That's probably one of the big highlights from the trailer. It's that know when to fold them. And
maybe
put like
I'll
a little.
Just listen to the trailer just to hear it.
There you go. I'll watch the trailer again and I'll let you know when to start it, just so you can hear it.
Okay.
Or
cool.
I'll find something about that.
Yeah, I love when with trailers. What they're kind of doing now is they're taking a song and kind of remixing it, like they did for Candyman. I really love that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, say my name. Say my name.
It was so good. And then even in Spiral, like it wasn't necessarily like a song. But that's something that got me super excited for that Spiral trailer is, the music kind of going and it's just like spiral. Like, I love that. So if you include something music-wise in a trailer that really amps it up, and especially if it's not necessarily it's not like what you would consider to be in a horror movie, and you take that and you make it, I'm all about.
Definitely.
I love that kind of, I wouldn't say it's like a new thing, but I love that movies are doing that now.
Yeah, and the Child's Play remake even did that. Like they took the original Child's Play score and they just put their twist to it. So I
love it.
Yeah, so I absolutely agree with you. I love when like the newer horror movies play tribute to the previous ones, but putting their own unique spin to it with the music. So absolutely agree with that. So let's see here. I'm trying to save Destiny's big one towards the end because I know how excited she is for it. Let's go with the Forever Purge, the fifth installment of the Purge franchise, which I still got to see 3 and 4, or the first Purge, which to me that's like one of the most terrible names you could put in in the 4th installment.
Seriously.
But yeah, the Forever Purge is what it's called. It's going to be a July the 2nd, which is like the closest, like the earliest release, because they always try to release it for the 4th of July. This is the closest to as we get it early for July the 2nd of 2021. And I'm looking forward to it. I'll give it a try. Again, I still need to see the other ones, but I'll go see it in theaters. So, any thoughts on that, or just coming out on July the 2nd?
Go ahead.
You know, like
You go.
it's like another franchise I'm not like super big into. I haven't seen the fourth Purge, aka the first Purge, which I agree that's a stupid name because now you have to like clarify the first Purge, but not the first one, like the fourth one that's like the prequel. They could have literally called it the Purge, the beginning. And even though that sounds stupid, I would have much preferred that just because I hate having to, clarify myself. It's kind of frustrating. But it's never been one that I'm super into because to me that is like it pretty much repeats itself. You have the Purge and you're trying to live or you're trying to kill other people and try not to get killed, like whatever. That's whatever. But I'm curious about it. This is supposed to be like the final one, which we'll see. I don't trust anything that's like, oh, this is it. Like, well, yeah, Friday the 13th said that too twice, so I don't believe that shit. Especially, you can't say this is the last one when in 20 years they're probably gonna make another one, like a remake or something. Like, so. But even though it's not necessarily my thing, I kind of like that it's become this like how they're like releasing it around July 4th, and it's like a July 4th, and usually whenever I picture the Purge, I picture like the American flag with it, and so I'm kind of curious, and I'm interested in that, and I like how it's kind of become this like American, almost like political, like it all ties in together in that way. Which I find interesting just because, like, from the first Purge to where it is now, how it's, transitioned into this.
Yes.
But I like that it's, like, a July 4th kind of horror. Like, I don't know. I think every holiday needs its horror. So, yeah,
it's agreed.
Yeah.
Brett, any comments there?
I'm kind of with Destiny on this one. I don't really care. Like, I don't know. I think this, by and large, this franchise to me has kind of missed the mark. I think it should have been better than it was because I think the idea is spectacular. I just don't think they really ever perfectly executed any of them. When I remember when I watched the first one, I was like, this is cool, but I would like to see what's going on out in the world. And then they did that, and that was cool. But then they kind of did the exact same thing 3 times in a row. And now I'm like, I kind of want to see a more smaller scale story, kind of like they did in the first one again, where you're kind of following a group of individuals that you can actually get a chance to know. And I think that's kind of a cool idea. So I don't know what the plan is for this one. I'm not that excited about it, but we'll see once it comes out. I'll check the trailer out and see how I feel about it. But I think it's kind of one of those things. You see one, you see them all kind of deal. Like, it's just going to be a bunch of people out there shooting each other, and that's pretty much it. But we'll see.
Yeah, that's another thing that's kind of boring is they talk about like the Purge franchise, and it has a huge body count, like so many people die in them, but it's never really anything cool. It's usually people get shot, just people shooting each other, and like that's probably what would really happen. I don't think people would be out there like scalping people, like I don't think it would be that aggressive. But I don't want to see a bunch of gun kills because as James says from Dead Meat, gun kills are boring, and they are. I don't want to see that.
Because they're quick and easy.
Shit. Yeah.
What about that guillotine, dude? From the was it the third one? I think they whipped the guillotine out. You had the French people
I
coming
remember
over
that from the trailer.
Yeah, dude, that was kind of neat.
Give me more stuff like that. It doesn't have to be crazy like setups or elaborate like shit from Saw, but give me something more than just some gun kills.
I've kind of grown to appreciate the first one more so over the years because it's like,
the first one.
it's more like it's
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, it's really short, and it's like it's a home invasion thing, and there's some kind of hide and seek elements to it and stuff. And it was it's definitely the most unique of the bunch, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, and the Purge people. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was like the Purge people from the first one to me are the creepiest ones out. All of them, like from the ones I saw, and I agree. I say we go back, like just follow a family, just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, that one felt more like a horror movie. Like the ones after feel almost more like action movies.
I would agree. I've always liked the first one, and I saw the first one in theaters. Like, and it's like one of the few horror movies I saw in theaters, but. I remember that trailer, and I remember watching them like skip around the hallways, like the girls. I really like the first one because it is more of a home invasion. I find it to be actually scarier than the other ones, and it's probably because there's not as much action going on. But again, I like that, and I thought it would be cool. I was trying to think of like a setting for it, to where what if they did like something when they're like trapped in a mall or something, or I don't know.
And then you have like all the hardware sections and all that, and just make weapons.
Fucking Home Depot, something like
You
that. That'd be kind of cool.
So here's an idea. Okay, you track a group of. I could see like the local government just throwing all the homeless people into like a mall for the night, so they're safe or whatever. And then you follow a group of those guys, like some guys that you like, and then you have a group of like assholes like, oh, I'm going to break in here, I'm going to kill some homeless people, and then like you're like, it's a whole thing where they're like trying to get away from them, and it's like, I think that could be kind of interesting. Yeah, totally. They'd be in the mall. Yeah,
because it's a big setting, but you're still enclosed, and you have a lot of options. It would be a lot of hide and seek kind of thing going on, because you have, and that would be, because that also would tie into the first one. Really, it's they're like sacrificing homeless people, and that's, they're trying to get that guy back, and he was a homeless guy, and I feel like that would really fit into the Purge commentary, because there's a lot of undergoing messages throughout the Purge movies, and that's why they become sort of like a political one, especially the fucking third one, like that one, which was crazy.
It was called Election Year.
Like it's of course, but it would be interesting to do that, to where they're, people are just trying to kill the homeless people, because I feel like that says a lot about kind of like the world we live in today. So that would be an interesting idea. Hopefully, whatever they do, it goes out with the bang, but not a lot of like gun bangs. You know what I mean? Something.
Yeah. And I know how to make that movie better too. We add the robots from Chopping Mall.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. That would, because you can shoot those bastards, but they aren't going to do shit. They're still going to keep on going. Yeah, that would
have a good day.
Could you imagine a fucking robot? It just in the background. You're just like, wait, what was that? What's going on there?
It's the robot.
So let's purge. And then this robot comes out, and they're like, what's this? And then the robot just brings all these guns out and just lasers. It just kills all of them, and then goes, have a nice day. Like, if it just.
While we're at it, let's just throw a freaking whole store in there with buddy dolls, and they all come running out, dude, and they're like, "Andy, you forgot your books." Yeah.
That's a movie that no one thought they needed to see, but it has to happen now.
Oh, there we go. Let's make a horror movie. Okay, here we go. Another freaking fan film we could do. It's called Horror Mall.
And just to really top it off, let's throw in some fucking zombies from Dawn of the Dead. So now
absolutely,
just everything, because we're in the mall. You might as well, We'll just have a mix of everything. We
need a little Tutti Frutti stand in there somewhere, though, too. Just to get a little bit of
Tutti fucking Frutti.
Like Sid Haig's like face just like on the little card.
Yes,
that'd be so cute. And
because that would be a great nod.
Because of the Purge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why aren't we in Hollywood right now?
I know. We should be we give this to y'all for free. These are amazing ideas. Someone needs to be paying us.
Absolutely. 100%. So, where do you want? Actually, I know Destiny is also excited about this one too, because you recently bought the Raw Zombies Halloween's 1 and 2 vinyls. I know you're super excited about that. So let's throw out another one that just is recently on the market, and I thought it was interesting. It's the Lords of Salem vinyl, and that's what the cover looks like from what I saw.
Beautiful.
Yeah, sorry to block you out there, Destiny, but
it's fine. This is fine. Yes.
But but what I thought was interesting, because the movie is pretty much based off Sharon Zombie finding a vinyl, a cursed vinyl. So I thought, just like looking at the artwork here, and there's another shot of it with. I know it's hard to read, but the web link we provide will, you can see these pictures more clearly. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's really perfectly well done.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Yeah, I think I might have to get this, honestly.
From what I saw, it's $45.
Yeah, which isn't bad, which makes sense because the Halloween ones, I think one of them was like, I bought both of them and they ended up coming to like $80, but I think one was like 45, the other one was 35. So I mean, that's not like
Okay.
a bad price for it. And then, because my thing, I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to get the Halloween ones. I was like, $80 for 2 vinyls, but you also get more than just the vinyls. You get the amazing artwork.
Mhm.
That's something that is beautiful for the Halloween ones. But then you also get that booklet, and it comes with a lot of just pictures from whenever they were making the movie. And I feel like, if you can fucking give Rob Zombie credit to something, his behind the scenes stuff is just on point. And so I think it's really worth the money because you get to see a lot of amazing shots that you probably wouldn't have been able to see because they aren't really just released,
Right.
But yeah, this is the perfect movie to have a fucking vinyl just because it's all about the music.
Right.
And,
Totally.
And
And the
I
music-
did enjoy the score too in the movie.
oh yeah.
Yeah, the music's fantastic in that thing. That would be really cool to have.
hmm
I need to rewatch that too. I haven't seen it since it came out.
Yeah, you did. I watched it I think a month and a half ago, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I watched it whenever we did our Rob Zombie stream. for Keeping It Real.
November actually. That
So
that
it's
was a
been
while ago.
I still need to go back and rewatch it just because I still haven't seen the last like 15 minutes of it because my Amazon Prime decided to stop working.
Oh no.
And I was like watching it while getting ready for the stream, so I didn't have time to like go back. And I just never went back and rewatched it. But
Yeah, because those 15 minutes.
I know I missed the craziest part of the fucking movie, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But I really liked the movie. I think it was beautifully shot. It was creepy. I love witches. That's
Mhm.
something that always like intrigues me with the horror movies. So I really like this vinyl, and I think I'll probably get it. Hopefully, it doesn't take fucking 6 months to come in though.
Yeah, so let's definitely hope
Waxwork.
not. And I saw of this recording and me finding this article. It is still like there's still, like it's not sold out yet, but I would not waste any more time. I would go grab you a copy today.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely.
Destiny. Okay, I'm not going to make you wait much longer. I think it's time to talk about Slumber Party Massacre, the remake,
Yes.
which will be available on the Sci-Fi, which I think has already been shot and done. If I'm yes, so you love the Slumber Party Massacre franchise, so I'm going to let you take the reins on this one.
Yeah, this is something that kind of came out of nowhere. They said it's already shot and everything. I think it was was it South Africa or something? They said it was shot.
Yes.
Yeah, and it kind of came out of nowhere. I hadn't heard anything else about it, anyone else talking about a remake, and all of a sudden we're getting a remake, which, again, I'm sure people are like, quit remaking old stuff, come up with new ideas, which I understand, but also, like, come on. It's still cool to see a revival of, a beloved franchise, and the Slumber Party Massacre franchise, I feel like if you're really not in the horror community, and if you're a casual movie, lover, you don't know about this movie. I hadn't heard of this movie until last year whenever I kind of got involved in the community. I had no idea, and then I fell in love with them. And it's great because the whole franchise is like directed and written by women, which is rare, even still to this day, it's rare. And so, the movies are pretty progressive and they are more of like a feminist movie. And what's so great really about the first one is it's feminist, but it's not like hitting you in the fucking face that it's feminist.
Like it's casually going.
Yeah, you have a repair woman. That's kind of like what they did. You don't really see too many male like workers. It's usually women who are doing like male jobs, and that's like a subtle way to throw in feminism, and that's a great way because that's what I think. Mary Holden Jones, she's the one that wrote it. She didn't want it to be, in your face feminism because most guys are going to go see tits and some blood. That's what they want to see. But if you kind of sneak that shit in there, people won't be so turned off. I think I was talking about this in another stream or something. If you kind of force, no matter what it is, could be anything. If you force something down someone's throat, their reaction is going to be to shut down and no, I don't want to hear anymore. But if you find a way to kind of subtly sneak it in to where it's nothing like Black Christmas 2019, it's just subtle, and you're just kind of watching it, and you kind of pick up on a little bit of like pieces, that's the way hopefully they keep like that in this movie, which they kind of said they're respecting, Roger Corman, like what he did and everything the movie stands for in the first one, and it's like a retelling of the first one. It's not like they're taking the name and doing something completely different. It seems like it's going to be, a group of girls having a slumber party who get massacred, which I'm all for.
Classic. Yeah, just like a classic remake, like just following the remake blueprint.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for this. I really hope, this brings light to the original like trilogy. Because again, not everyone knows about Slumber Party Massacre, and I wouldn't have known about it either. But with a new one coming out, kind of like, I want to say like what Black Christmas did, if you have like a 13-year-old girl who's like, oh, what's Black Christmas? Like, I can't wait to go see this. And they see it, but then they're like, oh, there's a Black Christmas from 1974. I didn't know that. And so I feel like that's what this will do too. It's like, oh, Slumber Party Massacre, that sounds cool. Oh, I didn't realize there was one from the 80s, like from 87. I gotta watch it. So I feel like it'll probably do something like that. It'll definitely like re-spark some interest and love back to like Slumber Party Massacre. So I'm really excited. The Sci-Fi Channel part, I don't want to be like, oh, I don't know about that. But that part does kind of have me a little hesitant. But Sci-Fi, they're also doing like the Chucky series, and so I'm trying not to be like weird about it coming out
about sci-fi. Yeah, so, like sci-fi doesn't like they even play movies sometimes that's not really sci-fi, because shoot, I think they even play like the Rob Zombie Halloween movies on sci-fi.
Yeah, they always have movies going. I think they even play like The Strangers Prey at Night, because I'll look it up and it shows like where it's playing on TV, and it's like on sci-fi. So it's just something coming out. I almost kind of like what direct-to-video, that would kind of be like what that is if it's just coming out on the Sci-Fi Channel.
And that's what dang freaking Jeepers Creepers 3 went there, and we all know how that went. Yeah,
I mean, if it could be better than Jeepers Creepers, and I feel like that just goes without saying, it's a fucking win-win for me.
Yeah, hopefully, like I don't think it's a guaranteed thing that's going to be bad just because it's going there, but I could see it causing a little bit of concern for sure. I mean, I think though, I mean, maybe they're kind of working their way up into doing more kind of stuff like this, like taking old IPs and bringing them like Child's Play in this. So maybe this is something they've put some attention in, and hopefully they'll make it good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hopeful. I'm really excited for it. I really hope it like lives up to the original, and I hope it's not. And I know like a lot of people, they really don't like the humor, like usually humor from like today, a lot of it's like super snarky and like almost bitchy in a way. That doesn't bother me. I kind of like bitchy humor. So I'm curious to see like, are the girls going to be a bunch of bitches to each other? I kind of hope not. I do want them to be like an actual good group of friends, but like, let's say you have a group of friends like Mean Girls, okay?
Yes.
Something like Mean Girls, and they're all kind of being snarky to each other, and then they start getting killed off one by one. I think that would also be a lot of fun to see. So I'm really excited for it. It kind of hit out of nowhere, but I'm pretty excited.
That's why I was kind of quiet over here, because unfortunately I'm not the biggest fan of Slumber Party Massacre 1 and 2. I don't know if it was like the day I watched it, or I just didn't understand what it was trying to like, sell to me. I would say the only thing I liked about those two movies was the guitar drill. And him, but just like how he got there, I don't know, but he did look cool.
The second one is really something you have to kind of take with a grain of salt. It doesn't have logic. It's to me, it's just dream logic. Anything that happens, it's just happening.
Right, like turn your brain off.
Exactly, like he isn't there, and she's kind of just like picturing shit, weird shit. But then all of a sudden, he is real and he is there. So it never explains like how he got there. People look into it as if it's like a repression of her sexuality, and then that's what he is her sexuality put into a human form. I don't fucking know. But yeah, the second one is definitely more fun. But I think the first one, and I prefer the second one. I haven't honestly seen the third one. I've watched the kill count. Take that to anyone who's going to get shit for it. But I have seen the kill count, and it doesn't look like it's probably the best. It does look kind of like, oh, we need to make another movie. Oh, let's make this Slumber Party Massacre 3. For sure, yeah. It seems like one of those kind of movies. But the first one, I think it does stand more for feminism. I just think the franchise as a whole, with women being such a big part of every movie, that's kind of where the whole feminism thing stems from.
Yeah, and I feel like today's time is a perfect time to readdress the Slumber Party Massacre, like with a remake and all that. Just kind of like with some of the themes like you were been discussing. So I think it's a perfect time for to remake this movie.
Yes, me too.
Absolutely.
So the last thing I'll say about this movie, and then we'll go about unless if y'all have any more horror news to address. What like for the killer? Because I know we got the big drill, and we got the guitar drill. Are we going to bring those back, or do you want those back, or do you want them like just to go like more modern? It's just like with like a knife or a unique weapon, or
I rather than actually stick to the driller killer, because that's really the only thing besides the whole fact that there's like a slumber party or whatever. That's like the most consistent thing in each movie is that there's a driller killer. And I think whenever I think Slumber Party Massacre, I think of a driller killer. So I do hope that they stick with that. I don't really want to see just like a normal knife, because that's what always kind of like
then becomes like Halloween.
Yeah, and like we see enough like just normal slashers with knives or whatever. I like the drill, because that's something that, even though it's not super practical, like you're tugging around this drill the whole time, it's still cool to see, and it's scary. And then again, there's like a lot of shots, especially from the first one, you know, you have the drill, but the drill also can like represent a guy's dick. And that's what they even said, is like there's shots to where it looks like that's like what it is. It's like phallic. It could be, you know, interpreted like it's a penis. So I kind of like
actually,
that.
I actually never thought of it that way before, but that makes like all the sense in the world. Just the more I'm thinking about it.
Really, there's a shot from the first one. I'm pretty sure it's Diane in the garage. She's like huddled down, and then he's above her, and you just see the drill between his legs pointing down at her. And so that's kind of like, oh, okay. So I hope they stick to the drill. I think that's pretty cool. That, or like what are those things called? Like electric you know?
Brad, do you know what
Candyman in here? You gotta.
I haven't seen the movies. I don't.
It's like, what are those? It's like a tool, and you oh my god, what's it called? Zins, when you need to put a nail in the wall.
A drill?
Is that a drill?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Just like a smaller drill. Just like has
a screwdriver.
Zin, 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 zin. You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. I just forgot the name of it, but
like it's like an electric drill, I guess. Yeah. Like it's almost like a screwdriver, but it's electric. I obviously don't know my tools.
That's a drill.
Yeah, there we go.
But there we go.
It's like a tiny one, like a little drill in his hands.
If you know the particular name for it, please let us know in the comments section so we could just get our tool knowledge up on that.
Yeah.
Just drill it to our brain, you can say.
Drill it right here, and then I won't forget. Yeah. Whatever they probably use to do like lobotomies, something like that.
Right.
Yeah. It's a drill.
So, is there any other horror news you want to address? Like, I know I had a couple more, but I didn't know if you just wanted to jump on into the anniversaries and the fan films.
Yeah, we can probably just jump on in.
Okay, no problem. Let's go with the fan films. The the big one that I saw, because Matt Fauci absolutely just will not stop talking about it, which I don't blame him. And that is the newest My Bloody Valentine fan film, which I watched a little like teaser they included with it, and I was really intrigued. I'm trying to get it loaded here to get y'all the particular name of it. And they got an Indiegogo campaign. It was released on April the 22nd, so you still got plenty of time. They got some really cool perks. I plan on buying the Blu-ray for $30 because it's called Valentine Bluffs. It's My Bloody Valentine fan film, and I'm actually really excited for it, and I know Matt Fauci's really excited too.
Absolutely.
Y'all have any thoughts on it? I got the synopsis right. Actually, let me read the synopsis real quick.
Read it out.
40 years pass, and Valentine Bluffs has forgotten the names of Axel Palmer and Harry Warden. The next generation is getting ready to celebrate the big Valentine's Day dance. All seems well until an anonymous figure wielding a pickaxe appears, leaving a trail of carnage behind.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's really exciting.
Yeah. Especially like you don't see a lot of My Bloody Valentine fan films.
Exactly.
So this is new.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have the original and we have the remake, and that's it. Which we were in talking last night. How has there not been more? Especially maybe not so much like for the remake. Like I understand they didn't make a sequel for the remake, but how are there not more after the original one? Like, how are there not more that came out in the 80s? Just because in the 80s it was Friday 13th, like, bam, 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 bam. How did they not do the same? Because they could have, it ends with him running away laughing. Like, they could have definitely made another one. But I'm really interested in it. Like you said, we don't really see too many Valentine's, fan films. And Harry Warden, it's a scary killer. I love the look of the killer. That's probably the scariest part about it to me is just his look and the pickaxe, which you can do some great things with the pickaxe. So I'm really excited to see it. And I love any sort of horror that takes place around a holiday. Any holiday horror, I love it. And especially like we don't have too much Valentine's Day horror. So to see something like this, I think it'll be really exciting. And I love like that they're keeping like the dance, because that's in the first one is like a dance, and you're not allowed to have the dance. Well, we're still gonna have one. So I'm really excited to see it. And I love the feel of the town from the first one. You can just feel how small it is and how like connected everyone is. So I hope it's kind of like the same. They have a fucking banner like in the town for like the dance and stuff. I love that. To me, that's so cute. So I hope to see more stuff like that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you on that for sure. Brad, do you have any thoughts about this fan film?
I like the idea of it just because, like you guys said already, it's unique. It's not like, a lot of the fan films that are coming out, obviously there's several Friday the 13th ones, there's several Halloween ones, and, there's a few other ones that, there's more than one coming out. But this is one that I haven't seen yet. I haven't seen the actual movies, though. So that doesn't, that's one thing that I don't have a lot of experience with, but I'm excited just to see that these fan films are branching out to all kinds of different IPs now, and it's kind of cool to see.
Me too. And I think, we do see a shit ton of like Friday 13th and Halloween, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like those are probably just the easiest. Like, it's not that hard to go out and get a mask and get some overalls, and then you get a fucking butcher knife from Walmart. Like, and that's all you really need for Halloween. But you have something like this, like the minor outfit, it's kind of, you have to pay like more attention to detail. It's, even though, like, people just have mining outfits if you work in the mines, but I think, I don't know, it's a really good opportunity to, like Brad was saying, to branch out, to do new stuff, and I hope we see more like this, kind of going back to like 80s movies, but making like fan film versions. Like, I don't know, like what if we had like The Mutilator and someone made a fan film? Like, that would be kind of cool, just because like no one does that. So it'd be interesting to see maybe, throughout the years, to see more like lesser known horror movies get fan films.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
so I'm excited too. And so again, the Indiegogo campaign is up and running. So I'll put a link down in the description so you can go contribute because they need a lot of support right now. And as of this recording, you can go over to Matt Fauci's channel because he had the members of that project on his channel, so you can catch that interview as well.
For sure.
So let's go ahead and go. Speaking of Friday the 13th, let's go with My Special Boy. They came out with a third pre-production campaign at a couple of new parks, like posters, saying you can even buy you a freaking Chad Sumner action figure.
So cute. It's so
Yes.
cute.
I thought it was so awesome. And Brad, have you seen the action figure? Like,
I haven't seen the action figure yet. No, that's
I'm
cool.
gonna-
That's
I'm
awesome.
remind me to send you a picture of it
Yeah.
because it is so awesome. I'm like, oh my god, Chad's an action figure.
It's
Yeah,
adorable.
Yeah,
Definitely need one of those.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I think it's like $35, I want to say. So it's not
Mhm.
like, something crazy ridiculous. It's about the normal price you would get for a figurine. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
like a
it's
NECA.
so
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
adorable.
yeah, I would
great
never take it out of the box.
Chad.
So
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, because you can't just go get one of those at fucking Target. Like that's something
Mhm.
that's like special edition, like actual special edition. But what a
Mhm.
great thing to add, because that's something I really love seeing, like with each Indiegogo campaign, is like, what are their perks? Like, what are they going to add? And to add a figure, like, that's a great idea. I haven't, which I don't
Super
know
cool.
everything about fan films, but I haven't seen too many or any so far put a figure as a collectible. Because, like, don't get me wrong, Blu-rays, that's cool, but I'm not one that just wants a bunch of Blu-rays. Like, I like to have different things, and
Mhm.
even like their VHS tape. I love that a lot of campaigns are including VHS tapes now. I think that's a great idea, and those are
yeah.
priced like usually about the same as your Blu-ray, but you also get special artwork. There's more to it than just the VHS tape. So
Mhm. Yeah, and
I
the
like how they
VHS for My Special Boy look fantastic.
beautiful. Yes, I like the first one, but I love the second one that they did with the mask,
The white cover.
The white. Yes, it looks beautiful, and that goes credit to Zach. He said he was like the one that came up with that idea, and
Mhm.
got the third campaign going. Got some changes with who's working on the movie and who.
Yes, which the producer, they got Tom Matthews, who
That's
freaking Tommy and Jason Live. So that is humongous news for a fan film like that, because even Tom Matthews, to take time to invest into this project, this project's going to be special. As in the title, My Special Boy. So
exactly, he has faith in it. I think it's going to be great. They just need our help to get this made. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited, and I have faith in all of them. I think they can do a really great job. I mean, we all saw the trailer.
Oh
The
yeah,
trailer was great. So
Yeah, I'm
they
looking
can do
forward to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really excited.
oh yeah. So a lot of special things coming for My Special Boy, and another one I want to address, the Haddonfield Nightmare. I still believe, as of this recording, it's still in production. They just got done with a previous campaign, and I've seen a couple of the pictures on like their on-site stuff, and it just, again, it looks really awesome. Brandon and his team are doing a fantastic job, so I just wanted to give them a quick shout out real quick.
Absolutely. And again, that one's cool. For those of you, I think we mentioned it last month, but that one's going to be it's a Halloween fan film based after H2O. It's a sequel to H2O.
Yes.
So that's kind of a cool way to take it.
So the next one I want to address too is It's Me, Bailey. Of course, we got to keep talking about It's Me, Bailey, because it's coming out this month, May the 28th, and I cannot be more excited about this. This looks like an actual movie that like a studio gave them like $1 million. And the latest news that came out with it, Dave and Bruce revealed that it's going to be approximately 42 minutes long.
Which is
Damn,
awesome.
I'm excited. Which the more It's Me, Billy you can give me, the better.
It's
Oh,
way
yeah.
longer than I expected, dude. Because they was originally saying it's gonna be like 25 to 30 minutes, like max, and then 42 is like another 10 freaking 12 minutes on top of that.
Yeah.
That's awesome, and it needs it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. I'm really excited for this. I mean, I'm sure like everyone's excited for it. It's honestly, this is like the first like fan film that I like knew about, that I was like learning about, and to see, you know, like what kind of coverage it was getting and everything. I was like, oh wow, I didn't realize like, you know, something like this could be so big. I'm still like learning about everything. I've said it before, my small town brain, sometimes it's like I can't wrap my head around everything that's happening, but it's awesome to see the recognition it's getting, and hopefully, you know, like we said before, like this really puts them more on the map than they already were, to give them more projects and maybe like a full-length movie. That would be
Oh yes.
awesome to see.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I cannot
Yeah.
wait.
I can't either. Again, it comes out this month, May the 28th, so we don't have to wait much longer. I'm excited.
Oh yeah,
Can't wait.
me too.
And then, and I actually saw this as like before we started recording the last fan film news that I have,
Woo!
which probably it might have already came out as we're talking about this, but just in case, the official trailer for the Child's Play fan film, which Charles. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this next trailer has to behold, because that first trailer really creeped me the hell out, which that's what I left my Chucky doll to do, is to creep me the hell out. So any thoughts about that news about the next trailer coming out?
I am excited because, like you said, that first trailer, I don't want to say like I couldn't believe how good it is, because I'm not like doubting them, but it like surpassed my expectations, especially not like so much the actors or actresses or whatever, the doll itself, how good that doll sounds, how it looks, how it moves. It actually is moving around. That, I think it's amazing. I'm really excited to see this, because I think they're really going to nail it. I have a lot of faith in this. It looks like a like high studio production, especially in that doll, and you can tell how much time has been, you know, put into the doll. So I'm really excited for it.
Oh yeah, me too. Brad, what any thoughts?
I think the doll looks fantastic. I think it does look creepy, like you guys were just talking about. It looks like it's got some, you know, I know obviously the left side of the face is kind of cut off from the picture there, but it looks like it's going to be pretty brutal there. Some nice blood and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see it, and really looking forward to seeing what this trailer looks like, man. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, and then if I see that the trailer does come out for it right before this video, I'll be sure to put it down in the description below, so you all can check it out.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. One more thing that I just saw this morning, I want to say, the Sawyer Massacre. Their Bloody Disgusting did an article over it.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
That
for
is
mentioning
awesome.
that.
Yeah, I just saw that this morning, and it was so crazy to see. Like, I was on Twitter, and then Bloody Disgusting posted it, and I was like, oh my, like, that right there. Again, they did like the same thing with It's Me, Billy.
Yeah.
You know, there's articles about it. So again, to see like the recognition that they're getting, and it's, you know, being put out there, especially on Bloody Disgusting, like that's pretty huge for the horror community. You know, that's where I get like a lot of information from.
Right.
Any sort of news, you know, it comes out, it's on there. So I just want to give a shout out to that, because that's awesome.
No,
Totally
that
awesome.
is awesome, because Steve Merlo, we know Steve personally, son by one of our chat groups. He is a very good person and a very talented director, especially with that the Sawyer Massacre little teaser trailer that we saw. Just bring back all the good vibes of the original Texas Chainsaw, while maybe combining some from the remake. Steve, you're doing a terrific job. Keep it up, and I'm easily going to post your campaign stuff in the description below, because like you deserve it, my friend.
Of course, dude. He
Congratulations.
loves them some freaking Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and this trailer is creepy, and it's gonna be awesome, guys and gals.
Yeah, absolutely. So Destiny, thank you for bringing that up, because
I just thought I'd mention that, just because I saw that and I was like, that's so awesome just to see it. put out there on such like a huge,
Yeah, because that and It's Me Billy were like the only two for Bloody Disgusting. Because I know It's Me Billy got Bloody Disgusting like an article, so it's awesome that the Sawyer Massacre got that same treatment too.
Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there, just because I was just like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just to see it for myself on there, not even anyone, not seeing it anywhere else, but like just scrolling on Twitter and just to see that, I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. I know that guy. Hey,
I know him.
Exactly. So yeah, pretty awesome stuff.
Awesome.
Okay. That's all.
So, no, you're good. So horror movie anniversaries for the month of May, which I want to quickly address. If you saw our one from last month about April anniversaries, I dropped the ball and forgot to include one in particular. But the reason for it is because I saw an article say it came out on May the 1st, which was a Friday. So to me, that made more sense than April the 30th. That is the 40th anniversary of Friday the 13th, Part 2. 40 years of one of the best horror sequels out there today. So I know we're not going in order with this one, but this one just stands like with its own, like it deserves to be mentioned all by itself. So what are your all's thoughts about Friday the 13th Part 2, 40 years later?
Love it. It's great. Yeah.
I got a little special surprise for Friday the 13th Part 2. It's your boy and the best final girl ever.
Yeah,
rocking and rolling.
One of the best ones.
Beautiful picture too. I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll have to bring out mine of Gillette, and of course him writing "Die Bitch Die."
Die, bitch, die. Love it. I don't have anything. So.
Well, from what I saw in August, yeah, that's awesome.
That's what I got.
August for Days of the Dead, they're returning to Atlanta, and as of right now, they're trying to get a Friday the 13th Part 2 reunion going right now, and they got a lot of the four characters. From what I saw, 3 to 4 characters right now confirmed. Nothing big yet, like of Amy Steele. Which if Amy Steele is going to be there, I'm being there. Yeah, because she's one of the best final girls of all time, and just to get to talk to her and to say like thank you for her amazing performance on that set, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely,
it's awesome because that right there, she's not your typical final girl. She's not just just trying to fight them off. She uses her knowledge and she uses what she knows and has heard about the Jason stories and his childhood and everything, and she uses that not against him but pretty much to help her get the upper hand. And she's really resourceful, and I do agree she is one of the better final girls because she's not just trying to fight him off, she's using what she knows to really help. In that scene between her and Jason with her with a sweater on, I think that's a really endearing scene, because especially just the look of Jason when he just kind of tilts his head kind of in confusion, and that's when you really see that childlike part of him come out. And I think it's a really tender moment in the franchise. So
yeah, that's one of the most iconic ones, and absolutely I agree with that. Plus just her actually fighting off Jason the way that she did too was so awesome, because we rarely see final girls fight back. So that's why, and plus she's just so damn likable too.
She is, yes.
So, Brad, thoughts about the 40th anniversary?
Still like it, man. I'm all about it, man. It's one of my favorites of the franchise, and I can't believe it's 40 years old at this point. But I guess that makes sense. But yeah, man, great times.
Great time indeed. So we got that out of the way because we feel like it was the right thing to do. I expect. We're going to now we're going to go with the intervals of 5. So 5, 10, 15, and 20. Do we have anything for 2016?
2016?
Yeah.
Well, we may or we may not. We still don't know.
Yeah, because again, you got to love the sources of the internet today.
Yeah. So I guess we'll go ahead and mention it. The Love Witch. It may or may not have came out the 6th of May in 2016. This is one I only watched recently on the last drive-in, which it's one that's been on my watch list for a while. I just hadn't sat down and actually watched it, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was beautifully shot, and I liked the main character. I really liked the story itself. And it's one of those movies, I feel like it can almost relate to Suspiria in a way. Like, you could kind of just watch it for the visuals and the coloring of everything and how it really lives in its own world. And I feel like that's kind of like what Suspiria is as well. So, because I've heard people say, like, oh, it's too slow, I don't really like the story, but I feel like you can still go in and find appreciation in it. Because, like, I know there's a scene where she has, like, a rug, and they, like, the director handmade that rug. She
really
handmade
nice.
it to make it, like, look a certain way. She put a lot, and it's a woman director. She put a lot of work into this movie. So even if you don't like the story, you don't like the witch part, whatever, there's still so much attention to detail. And it's just a beautiful film. So, I love it.
Yeah, and you did look for it on your Instagram too.
I did accidentally. I kind of was like, I was wearing a purple shirt, or purple. I was wearing a blue shirt. And I was like, oh, I want to do like some blue eyeshadow. And then I finished it. I was like, this kind of looks like the Love Witch. And so I put like Love Witch inspired. I do want to like actually redo it and kind of like do it just like hers, like with the eyeliner, because I made mine a little different. But I was like, oh, this is cool. I think that happened like a couple days after I watched it. And I was like, oh, happy little accident. But yeah, the Love Witch.
Yeah, the Love Witch. I haven't seen it, but it's on Shudder, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
on Shudder.
so
You said it's on Last Drive-In specifically too, yeah?
Yeah, they did. That was one of their newer ones. Not like they just had an episode like last night, one but like last week, and I think that was like the first. They did the Love Witch, and it was Taming the T-Rex. It was like the love spell.
yes.
Oh yeah,
So they do
I
like
remember
certain
seeing that.
holidays. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
that
cannot
was,
wait to watch T-Rex.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's
you know why?
oh yeah, Paul Walker. I know. Exactly.
Paul Walker's in that?
No, it's Denise Richards.
Denise Richards, and I'm pretty sure it was her first movie. I want to say.
Oh, was it really?
I think so. Don't quote me on it, but it was one of her like really early ones. Yeah, but
okay. Let me quote this real quick.
Yeah,
Destiny said.
If it's wrong, you can go ahead and sue me. But they're both a lot of fun. So yeah, watch them on the last drive-in. I think that's a good time. I like to watch movies I haven't seen on the last drive-in, even though he doesn't necessarily like spoil a lot, but he is discussing the movie, obviously. But I think it's just a fun way to watch it, like new stuff on the last drive-in. So
yeah, absolutely. And me and Brad got to saw Joe Bob Briggs, but we just didn't want to wait in line. We just saw him with the line, and and people love him. So I need to watch more of his stuff.
Oh, yes. Yes, you do. Him and Darcy, they're both awesome people. And they really care for the community. And Darcy really goes above and beyond to, like, reach out to people and try to respond to everyone. And, you know, she gets, I'm sure, like, thousands of messages a day from all social medias, you know. But she really does, like, go above and beyond to make everyone feel special. And that's what's so, like, even though I usually fall asleep within the first, like, hour trying to watch Last Drive-In, because it's like a 4 to 5 hour thing, like it goes on for a while, but I'll get on Twitter and see all like hashtag mutant family and everyone's watching Last Drive-In, and you see all these like horror alumni, like you have fucking Joe Lynch watching, you have Barbara Crampton, you have so many people that were in horror movies watching Last Drive-In, and I think that just goes to show how special what
they are.
Last Drive-In is. Yeah, so yeah, it's amazing. I recommend everyone try to get into it, because it's just a nice like community within the community.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. We will. Is there anything else for 2016 you have?
No, that's the only thing I could see for May from 2016.
Okay. And what about 2011? Because the other thing I have for my first note is 2006.
Okay. 2011, I have two. I have Megan is Missing, which I haven't seen, but I feel like it's kind of crazy this day and age. I know it got super popular on TikTok. That's where everyone was talking about
okay.
Megan is Missing, and then from then it kind of blew up, and it got like this resurgence for Megan is Missing, and everyone's like, "It's the scariest movie I've ever seen," and I think it really plays like a good part with like stuff that's going on today. I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure it's about like she's talking to someone online, and it's like a sex trafficker, or like like a obviously a weirdo, and she gets like captured or whatever. But I've seen people say it's like a really good message, even though it is scary, but that just shows you like it's pretty real. Stuff like that does happen all the time, but it's like a good thing to show younger audiences, to show like, hey, like this is what could possibly happen when you're just talking to a bunch of random people online. And I feel like we do that. We talk to a bunch. I don't.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know a lot of these people I do talk to, but it just helps you be more aware of everything. So
Right.
yeah, I haven't seen it. I do plan on watching it at some point, but thought I would just mention it. So have y'all?
Yeah, and it gets mentioned. It gets mentioned too on Kiraflix too. That's the first time that I was aware of the movie. So it's on the watch list, but it's like more towards like the middle of the pack. Because it did look intriguing, especially when, of course, when you throw the tagline out there, "Scariest movie ever." That's kind of like because a lot of movies say that. But from the poster, it kind of does look like that. So I'm definitely going to give it a watch.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
All right. And then I have another one I haven't seen, and this is one I don't even know if I ever want to see. A Serbian film. Came out the 13th of May. That's just like, I don't know. I see it mentioned so much. And it's funny, I'll see people like, I really want to introduce my kids to horror. What should I put? And you always have that one asshole that's like a Serbian film. Because I've heard it's just really fucked up. Like, it's really dark. It's really like nasty, I guess, in a way. So I don't know if I ever really do want to watch it, but I know it does have its fans, people who do like movies, I guess, kind of like Martyrs and maybe like Green Inferno. I don't know if it has that same feel, but I feel like it stands with those type of movies that like really push the boundaries, but like not only pushes them, but like fucking knocks them out the door. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever want to watch it, but I thought I would mention it because I know people like those. They're just not necessarily my kind of movies.
Same for me. Like, that's not my cup of tea. Like, I watched Screen Inferno with Eli Roth, and it's not bad, but it's not for me. So like, I respect what he tried to do with it, but like, I'm just not the intended audience, and that's okay. And that's why I love all these different kinds of horror movies. It's just because you get something for everybody.
I didn't even finish freaking Green Inferno. Like, I was like, I'm just not interested in this. This is gross, and it's all for nothing to me. So I imagine I'd feel. Yeah, I if you don't like those kinds of movies, I wouldn't bother. I really wouldn't.
And Eli Roth, he was like the first special guest for The Last Drive-In, and I mean, they didn't show those obviously, but they, people, I've seen like a new found like respect for Eli Roth because with a lot of his stuff, you either like it or you don't, and that's just how Eli Roth is. It's like, I really enjoy Cabin Fever, and that's Eli Roth, but I don't know if I'll enjoy something like Green Inferno, or Hostel isn't necessarily, again, my kind of thing, but there's people that absolutely love those movies, so I do want to maybe watch Green Inferno at some point, and like, even like Cannibal Holocaust, like those are on my watch list whenever I have the balls to do it. Like, I have to like actually physically prepare myself for what I'm about to see. So that's kind of where that is. And that's probably where, if I ever do watch it, it's kind of there. It's like, I really have to like make sure I am okay to put myself
prove for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just thought I would mention those. Haven't seen either one, but I know people do enjoy them, even though if they're kind of, they're not your easy, oh, let me just put this on. Like, it's not that kind of movie. It's like, I have to get ready to probably fuck myself up for the next week or so.
Was that it for 2011?
Yes, that is all I found.
All right. which those are some good finds. I had a hard time finding 2011 and 16, so I appreciate you bringing those to our attention. I'm a wrestling guy, so of course I have to bring out 2006 here with See No Evil. Because with Glenn Jake, good old King, which we're about 20 minutes from where I live, he's actually the mayor of Knox County.
It blows my mind. When I found out he was a mayor, I was like, a mayor? Oh, okay, King.
He's my friend on Facebook, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Absolutely.
So cool. I love that.
I'm not jealous.
I don't have friends. See what happens.
But yeah, when I was a wrestling fan, because he goes by King, for most, his real name is Glenn Jacobs. They even did a story angle, like a wrestling angle, about the whole May 19th, and like about because so they can promote the movie. And the movie to me was just okay. Like for Jacob Goodnight, he had very good look, a creepy, disgusting look, and disgusting hotel. The setting was fine. Just some of the editing and all that just really took me out of the movie at times. So I gave it around a 2.5. I enjoy See No Evil 2 more with Daniel Harris. But this movie still have its fans, and that's why I wanted to bring it to people's attention.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I love See No Evil. My dad was also a huge wrestling fan. Loved it. We would always watch it. And as a kid, I never wanted to watch it because I was like, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch wrestling. But growing as now I've gotten older, I'm I really appreciate the hours that he made me watch, all the wrestling and all that kind of shit, because I kind of realized how interwoven wrestling and horror is. And I never really realized that growing up, even though I knew Kane was a wrestler and he was in a horror movie, and you had the fucking boogeyman, who I could have sworn was a fucking fever dream for me. So I was like, was that guy real? Did he actually eat worms? Oh, he did. Okay, got it. But it's I never really realized that growing up. But now that I've gotten older and I, in Killer Flicks, and I see how many wrestling fans there are, I think that's really cool. And to have them in a horror movie was awesome. Like you, as a kid, it didn't really bother me. I was like, oh, whatever. But as I've gotten older, the editing is pretty bizarre. It has that Saw type of feel. Even that's what I feel like the collector movies, they even have that sort of weird jumpy editing, and it's da da ba ba, all in your face with it. It's kind of it's just it's a timestamp of the 2000s. Yeah. But I love the movie. I do prefer the second one because it's cleaner. It doesn't have that weird editing, but the first one still holds a special place in my heart. We would always watch it at my dad's house. That's one of the ones that we were always watching. So there's a lot of that movie I can just picture in my head right now. I love the setting. The setting was great, and you're with characters who aren't necessarily good people. They're all pretty shitty in their own way, but I still feel they do a good job at making you care for some of them. And again, the setting. I thought the setting was great. You don't see too much horror like that in an abandoned hotel that necessarily looks like that. Looks grimy and nasty and bugs everywhere and stuff like that. So I really like it.
Yeah, awesome. And thank you for sharing that story too. That's really awesome. Brad, you're Facebook friends with good old Glenn Jacobs. So what did you think of the movie?
Actually, I don't think I've seen it in its entirety. Honestly, I haven't seen any of these movies. So
you should defriend him right now for saying such.
No, absolutely not. I've seen bits and pieces of it. And I remember it being kind of pretty bonkers, but and pretty cool looking. But I've never seen the full movie. I couldn't really say much about it. But that's cool that it's been 15 years already.
Yeah. I definitely recommend watching it maybe once all the way through. Just to I really like the ending, especially because that's when, obviously stuff starts to really pick up, and I like the battles between them, and, there's a lot of eye gore. There's so much to do with the eyes, but it's because, all seeing and God and stuff. And I like that because I would consider it, it could be seen as a religious horror movie, even though, it's not necessarily there's like a lot of religious stuff. The girl has like cross tattoos and like Catholic tattoos, and that's he like has like a fascination with her because of her tattoos, and it's because his mom was super religious, but like in the worst way possible. But I never really thought about that. Like it could be considered a kind of like a religious horror.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
Yeah, I just try not to
Like-
get them fucking ripped out of your head.
Yeah, let's definitely avoid that. So, See No Evil, May 19th, 2006. And for these next two ones, I'll just combine them both together and we can have a discussion about them. 1996, The Craft, that came out on May the 3rd of 1996. And from 1986, we got Poltergeist 2, which came out on May the 23rd of 1986. I have not seen either of these movies, but I just know they have their fans, especially for The Craft, with a very popular 90s horror flick. So have either of you seen those two movies?
No,
I've
for
Brad
me.
has not. Oh, yeah. As you're a fan of The Craft.
Yeah, I really like the witch subgenre, and this to me is kind of like when you have girlfriend groups in horror, or really in any sort of movie. Like I've said before, like something like Mean Girls or like Clueless. You have like a group of girls that the movie focuses on, and then in this one it's the same thing. You have a group of these four like witches, and they're trying to find their fourth to complete, to have them all. And I really like it. It's a good story if you just take out the witch part of just like girls who are like friends, but they're actually like hateful and resentful towards each other, and you see that all the time in these type of movies. And I really like that they threw the witch stuff in there to like have a bigger story within it. But it's great. You have them, they're all dealing with their own sort of struggles and like personal struggles and whatnot, and they find their fourth, and then they become powerful, and everything kind of starts working in their favor. But like anything with magic, whatever you do comes back to you 3 times harder. So you have to be careful, because I've looked into like witchcraft and stuff and like Wiccan stuff, because that stuff really fascinates me. So I've tried to learn stuff about it, and that movie is kind of what really sparked it. And with that movie, a lot of these sort of movies, they kind of aren't necessarily true to the story, to like the actual like religion behind it. But this one, it really does. Like they had people on set helping, and then Teresa Bulk, she's a Wiccan. Like she's not just doing this. Like she actually believes in this stuff. So I think that's also a great thing to have her like point of view on the movie. But yeah, it's fun. You get to just see more of like, and then you have stuff like with possible rape. You have stuff like that, or you have like when you don't want to sleep with someone, and then that guy says, "Oh well, we did, sleep together." You have stuff like that, and that's very much true in real life. That stuff happens, but you also have like witchcraft put onto that. So, yeah, highly recommend if you haven't seen it. It's great.
Definitely have to check it out.
Yeah, I have to check it out too, because I'm a fan of the 90s horror era. So I'm definitely going to put that high on the watch list too.
Oh, yeah. And it's so 90s. And you have Neff Campbell and Skeet Ulrich in another movie together that came out in 96, I want to say. The Craft was also 96. So you have them together in another movie that's not Scream, which I thought was like the coolest thing the first time I saw it. I was like, oh my God, they're playing in the movie together. Like, oh my God. But yeah, it's great. And it's fun. It's nothing too dark. It's not too light. There's still a lot of serious stuff going on with it, but it's not like something that's gonna like really freak you out. It's just a good 90s horror.
Just a good 90s horror, which again, like every time I hear 90s horror, The Craft is always brought up. So I'm looking forward to watching it. Any thoughts on Poltergeist 2?
Haven't seen it, but I've heard it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I think it's just the third one I heard is the one that you need to
Yeah,
avoid.
that's what I
Yeah.
usually hear.
I've heard that too.
But the
First
second
one, I like
you
it a
know-
lot.
Oh, the first one is great, and I only watched that one last year for the first time.
Yeah.
Hey, same here actually.
There we go. I went to Walmart and they had the Blu-ray for $5, so I was like, I need to
Oh,
buy
see,
it.
that's a crime. It should be a lot more than that.
Hey, yeah, sometimes it kind of surprises me with certain movies, like how cheap they, especially because it's a Blu-ray. I mean, it's not like some, Shout Factory Edition or anything like that, but still $5 for a Blu-ray, like, okay. And
Yeah,
I
gotta
love the
take
first
advantage.
one. Yes. And I do want to watch the second one just because I hear a lot of people really love that one. And, yeah, it's up there. It's up there on my watch list, so.
Yeah, and I'll put it on the watch list now too. Since I have been hearing that it is a really good sequel, which having horror sequels is very rare to find. So I'll add it to the watch list for sure. Let's see here. Okay, the last one I found, I didn't really find anything 70s and 60s, and after 50s, I kind of quit trying unless if there's just something you cannot avoid. Kind of like how we did last month with the thing from Another World. 1981, we already mentioned Friday the 13th Part 2, so we have talked about that. So we got The Burning that came out on May the 8th of 1981, and Happy Birthday to Me, May the 15th of 1981. So we had the stretch where we had Friday the 13th Part 2, then The Burning, and then Happy Birthday to Me, which I thought that was very unique. 3 popular movies just back to back to back. So I bet that was just a great time to watch as a horror man in the 80s to watch them. The Burning, absolutely loved it. Tom Savini masterpiece. Just the whole scene with the raft. I can never get that out of my head. Some of the best practical work I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's a great flick. George Alexander, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Jason Alexander,
Yeah.
sorry. George Costanza.
It's okay.
I really enjoyed The Burning whenever I watched it. That was when I'm pretty sure I watched it last year for the first time. And I thought it was great. I hear so much like hype about and stuff. And then I love a good like camp slasher type of movie. And I really like Cropsy's like reasoning because you can sort of root for him because, what happened to him was fucked up, even though it's not everyone's fault he's killing. Not everyone had anything to do with what happened to him. They're just kind of there at camp, but still you have a nice, anything where it's like sunny and you're out in the woods like that. Like I really love that. And I feel like it's a perfect like summertime movie. And I'm excited to like make it like an annual sort of summertime. I mean, it's pretty much always hot here in Texas, but once summer really comes in, it's gonna be a fun one to watch. But I really liked it. Kind of crazy. I didn't know the Weinsteins were a part of The Burning, and so like the first time I watched and I saw Harvey Weinstein pop up, I was like, "Oh, I don't know that," but you can definitely pinpoint some of those. Like you can see him within the movie. You know what I mean? But that still doesn't like turn me off of the movie. I just think the characters are just kind of weird, especially Todd. Is that his name? The main guy?
I think that's his name. It's been a while since I've seen The Burning since last year.
Yeah.
I do plan on revisiting it soon. I might actually watch it on its birthday, maybe 8th.
Yeah, Todd. I think that's his name. He's kind of like a weirdo creep, but like it's like whatever. But I still really like it. The raft scene again is amazing. He has some great practical effects. The one I can always picture is the hand.
Yeah.
With just screaming, the fingers get cut off. That's what I always picture whenever I think of The Burning. But yeah, it's a great one.
Tom Savini even brought in like the stab with the shears on the front of the neck because he did that effect in the original Friday the 13th with Kevin Bacon, but in reverse. And he actually thought about the idea of doing it the opposite. So I thought that was a cool fact to learn about Tom Savini on that particular scene.
What a master of his like art. He's amazing, Tom Savini. But yeah, a great one.
Yeah, and Brad, you said you enjoyed The Burning, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's a good one. you guys have, you said a lot about it that I agree with, and I just love seeing freaking young old George Costanza in there with hair, rocking and rolling. I think it's awesome.
There
I
you
know. I didn't know he was in it, and I was watching. I was like, I recognize him. Like, who is that? So I immediately had to Google it because my brain was like, who is that? And I found out who it was. I was like, oh my god! And apparently, there's a Seinfeld episode called "The Burning," and they kind of like reference the Burning movie. And I never
Oh,
really
really?
watched Seinfeld that much, but I was listening to a podcast episode about The Burning, and they had mentioned that. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And they kind of do a couple of like nods to the movie. So
That's awesome.
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that series now, and I don't remember, but I need to go back and find that episode and watch it again.
Yeah, at least that one episode just to see
Yeah.
what it's about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we also had Happy Birthday to Me. I haven't seen it, but I just know it's talked about a lot on Killer Flicks.
Mhm.
And
Talked a lot about it on Killer Flicks. And any thoughts about Happy Birthday to Me?
Again, I haven't seen it either, and this could possibly be a little spoiler, so I'm sorry. But
All right,
what I hear,
Up the spoiler card.
yeah,
There we go.
spoiler.
Go ahead.
So what I've heard about with Scream is they, Rady's like, if they would have watched Prom Night, it would save them time or whatever. But apparently, the ending of Scream is pretty similar to the ending of Happy Birthday to Me. That's what
okay.
I've heard. So someone had said, like, why do they really give so much credit to Prom Night when it's really like Happy Birthday to Me, which I hadn't seen it. So I was like, oh, that's really interesting, though, to know, like, the ending to Scream is pretty similar to that. And then I could just picture the cover with, like, the shish kebab. With them
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
screaming.
I've seen
That's
that.
what
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I haven't
very good
seen it.
poster.
Yes, it's high up on my watch list. I just need to watch it. But, yeah, I hear it's great.
Yeah, Brad, any thoughts about Happy Birthday to Me?
Never seen it.
Never
The
seen
only
it.
thing I've seen is the shish kebab thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which that's an iconic 80s horror poster. Yeah, so that's the only thing I know about it, but I am going to add it to the watch list. So I think it'll be a very good time.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's it for anniversaries, unless if there's one I'm missing.
I have two more.
Oh, go right ahead.
Okay. So I have the movie Dead and Buried, which I'm pretty sure it's kind of, I want to say it's like a zombie type of movie, but like maybe a different take on a zombie type of movie. I had started it. It's on Shudder. Because I saw one day on Twitter, like, someone said it was like really underrated, and I was like, I haven't heard of this, and I saw it was on Shudder, so I need to go back and like finish it, because the opening, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because you think it's going one way and it completely flips it on its head, and I was just like, whoa, maybe I'm not in the right mood for this kind of movie today. But I had started it. It has another really cool poster. It kind of has like, it looks like the head of a statue, something like Statue of Liberty, like that kind of like a big ass head laying on the beach, and it's like in like a beach type of town like setting. So
Okay.
yeah. And then one more, which I don't know what year. I wrote down 81, but I think that's right. But I have Demons.
Okay.
Have either of y'all seen Demons?
I've
I've
heard
not.
of Demons, but I have not seen it.
That's the Wes Craven? Is that? No, I'm thinking of
it's
something
an
else.
Italian movie. This one
Oh.
is.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Okay.
who. Is it Fulci? I don't know. I'm not well versed in Italian horror, but Lee loves this movie, and then I can't remember where we were talking one day, but I was like, oh, I want to watch this. Like, oh, you have to see it. It's so good, and it's on Shudder, and so I just sat down and I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. It takes place in a movie theater.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it has some like really cool, like, they're watching the movie, but the movie is like coming to life pretty much, and it has a really cool mask. It has an awesome
Wait a minute.
soundtrack. There's a lot of great songs in the movie, so yeah, I definitely recommend
Was this
it.
movie discussed in Search of Darkness Part 2?
It was,
Probably.
yes.
Yeah, because I remember exactly. I was like, that sounds really familiar.
Yeah, it has the silver type of mask. It's like
Yes.
kind of, yeah, and you put the mask on, and so the girl, she puts the mask on and it scratches her, and she
Mhm.
becomes like a demon. It's kind of like almost like a zombie type of thing. It like takes control of you, but you know, it's a demon and it changes you and stuff. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I believe it was 81. I'm pretty sure it was 81. So
That's the
Yeah.
Dario Argento flick
there we
from
go.
this
Yes.
May 30, 1986.
6.
1986.
Okay, I wrote down
Hey,
81,
still
and then I
counts.
was like, that doesn't seem right. So 86, yes. But I definitely recommend it. There's like a second one that I still need to watch that I hear is also still a great one. So I need to watch
It
that
actually
one.
says 1985. Depending on, it came out in USA in 1986. Okay.
Hey, that's all that
Yeah,
we
that's
care
fine.
about. The good old US of A right there. So,
There we go.
There we go.
Well,
but no, great mentions because like the demons really caught my eye. Now I remember it. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to move it up there on the watch list. So great find right there, Destiny.
Absolutely.
but besides that, that is all I have.
Well, awesome. So happy birthday to all those movies coming out in May. And is there anything else that we want to discuss right before we send everybody home?
I
think that's about it for me.
Yeah, I think we covered all of our bases here.
Alrighty, so that is another episode of Back from the Dead. We hope you all enjoyed it. Destiny, we always we appreciate doing this show with you. We always have a great time, me and Brad. Go ahead and tell people where they can find you and what you have coming up.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I guess, and now TikTok, because I made a TikTok.
Yes, you
Hey!
did. And there's the little like logo right near
Yeah,
it.
it's right next to me. But I've only made one so far, but I do plan on doing more. But yeah, everyone should start making a TikTok. I was kind of against TikTok at first. I was like, no, not TikTok, that's stupid. But you know, you get on TikTok, you can get sucked in for hours, man. There's all kinds of shit on there. And
Yeah, because I was a Vine person, and to me, TikTok is just a fancier version of Vine.
and TikTok, it's like you have like up to a minute with your like video, so you can get like a lot more than, you know, a 6-second little Vine. So it's like you can find some really cool stuff on there. I hope more people start like, because I feel like, yeah, TikTok at first I thought it was like, oh, it's just a bunch of people dancing to songs. Like I don't want to see that, but there's a lot more to TikTok than that. But yeah, TikTok, I'm sure y'all can find some sort of way to like make it helpful for the channel. You can show like little snippets of like what y'all are doing, stuff like that. So
Okay.
find
Yeah,
me on TikTok.
I'll be, we'd be happy like to look into that, and then of course, check out Destiny's TikTok because she did, crap.
Dollface.
Yeah, okay, she did. Yeah, she did Dollface, which again, great job because the first time I saw your Dollface, I actually thought you had a mask on. I didn't know it was all makeup. So, she, super damn talented. I always keep telling her she's talented. So check out her TikTok. Her link for TikTok will be in the description down below, along with all of her other socials. And of course, you can find Good Real Hunting on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, Snapchat, Spotify, and Apple freaking Podcasts. I know that's usually Brad's line. So Brad, I do apologize for stealing your line there. So be sure to subscribe to Good Real Hunting, and be sure to follow Destiny on House of the Living Dead with her, Chris Snyder, and Chad Sumner. They do amazing, great content, especially recently hitting 1,000 subscribers. So congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And so from now, guys, we will see you next month, and we will see you later.
Peace out.
Ow.